Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Josefina and today we're going to be making some Colombian SANCOCHO. I'll have all the ingredients listed in the description box below. To a large stock pot that I filled about halfway with some homemade broth, I'm going to add in some minced garlic. Now, I've mentioned to you guys before that I am a first-generation Mexican American, but my husband is Colombian. His parents are both from Colombia in South America, and so my mother-in-law actually is the one who taught me how to make this amazing soup. It is so easy to make, and during the fall and winter months, I make this soup quite often. This recipe is just a guideline for you to follow, so if there are things you want to add more of, or use less of, or just not use at all, that's totally up to you. I've small diced half an onion, so now I'm adding that to the pot. Next, I'm going to add 2 ears of corn that I am going to cut into 4 pieces each. These will go in before any other vegetable just because they take the longest to cook. The next ingredient is yuca, and if you've never used yuca before, it's kind of like a potato, but starchier and sticky. Now, when you cut into a yuca, if you see something like this, that's a no-go. You're going to want to cut that away until it's completely white. Then you'll need to peel it, completely removing any little bits of brown that you see. If you run into an area with these dark streaks running through them, you're going to want to also get rid of that. When it comes to fresh yuca, it can be difficult to find ones that are good all the way through, so you'll just have to cut until you get to that point. Another option you have is to check to see if in your freezer section they sell yuca that's already been cut and peeled for you. When you're done peeling, you'll split it in half, and running through the middle of every yuca is this fibrous-y middle area. You're going to want to cut that out. So to do that, you'll just come in at an angle like you're kind of cutting a triangle into the center of the yuca. After that, you'll cut them into chunks that are about 2 inches or larger. Another way to get rid of that center area is to split it down the middle right where that fiber is, and then just cut down that corner. Next ingredient you'll use is a green plantain. You'll start off by cutting both ends off and then making 3 slits down the entire plantain. Now, these are not like a banana, so they are a little bit more difficult to peel, but you're going to want to gently peel back to avoid accidentally ripping off any big chunks. Creating those slits helps so that you can remove the peel in sections and avoid taking the chunks out. If there are any bits of peel left behind, you can just slice that right off and then cut the plantain into about 1-inch chunks. Those can go right in with the corn since they take just as long to cook. After about 10 minutes, the yuca can also be added. For the past 20 minutes, I have had all boiling together. So now at this point, I am going to add in 4 carrots. The skin on carrots doesn't really bother me, so I always just give it a good scrub and leave them as they are. But because these are so big, I am gonna first cut them in half, and then I will cut them again long ways. It's also personal preference how you prefer to cut these, but for our family, I like to cut them in about 1-inch chunks, especially since I have younger kids. Give it a good stir. Next, I'm gonna cut gold potatoes into about 2-inch chunks. And set them aside. Add a 1/4 cup of minced cilantro. And because it was the only chicken I had defrosted, I had to break down an entire chicken. I removed all of the skin and the bones except for the bones that were in the wings and in the drumsticks. Normally, I use chicken breasts that I cut into bite-sized chunks. You can also use chicken thighs or even beef. It's been about 20 minutes since I added the carrots, and so now the chicken is gonna go in. I'm also gonna add the potatoes, and those will all cook together until the potatoes are completely cooked through. The soup is served with a side of white rice, and to dress it up, you can add lime juice, some minced cilantro, and the one thing that I forgot that is so important, avocado. Again, if you don't like any of these ingredients, you can just leave them out and enjoy the soup as is. She is ready and I am so excited. My most favorite part of the soup is the yuca, and the yuca actually helps the broth to thicken up as it cooks. It's so good. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button and stick around with me for a while. I'll see you soon.